On today's episode of the YouTube Boxing Show, Astrid gets caught faking beef, Conor McGregor calls out True Geordie, and Bryce Hall returns to the YouTube Boxing ring. Welcome to the first episode of the YouTube Boxing Show, where I bring you the YouTube boxing news that you actually care about. And that might be absolutely contradicted by the fact that the first story this week is about me. So last Saturday I commentated on the SCB 002 event. It was an event for smaller creators and it didn't look like Misfits or Kingpin, but considering the fact that they were on an extremely low budget and that the card was headlined by smaller creators, it was a W. But one of the bigger guys on the card, known as Bad Boy Beaman, wasn't too happy with my commentary. He called me out in the ring, in the post-fight interview, on Twitter a couple times, all because he thought I was biased, and that because of my commentary we were trying to rob him of the win and his opponent paid us off. In my opinion, I think he was just reaching to the stars. The facts are, it was my first time commentating, I was very unexperienced, and I don't know about anyone else commentating, but for me, I was trying to make Jay seem a lot better than he is. So when Beaman inevitably won, he would be seen as better. So yeah, overall it is probably my fault. I should have just stayed biased. Although I think I was doing a good thing, I should have stayed biased because it just created too many more problems. But I did release a video on Twitter, which I'll leave in the link, where I did absolutely 10-8 Bad Boy Beaman. The next story from this week is that Dejis is planning on releasing a diss track on Swarm. This stemmed after he reacted to Swarm's diss track that Swarm's made before he had a fight with Dejis. And yeah, Dejis wasn't a really big fan of the diss track. He said Swarm's was being disrespectful by filming in a graveyard. So he's going to now release a diss track, which in my opinion is a complete waste of time. He should just move on to his next opponent, because I mean, yeah, it would have been amazing if he did this during the build up to the fight, but the fight's over now. He won, and if he makes a diss track, it just sounds quite bitter. I don't know, tell me your guys' opinions on it, but instead of Dejis explaining how much fun he was going to have in the ring, he should have promoted a bit more, released this diss track then, instead of doing it now, because the potential it had is not there anymore, and it's most likely going to flop. This week, Astrid got caught faking beef. So basically, at the Misfits 007 press conference, a girl called Alexia Grace, who is known for this video on TikTok,
look what Alexia Grace got. Brian
dumped a bucket of water over Astrid, and that kind of created this thing that they were going to be. So yeah, they made a couple of back and forth videos on TikTok, and then Alexia Grace actually stole Astrid's belt on fight night. A lot of people, including me, were saying, alright, well, that is theft. And after a couple of weeks and a lot of videos coming out from Astrid saying that she is going to ring the police, Alexia Grace did not return the belt. This led to Astrid then finding Alexia Grace's car, just, I don't know how she found it, but she did, and spray painting thief on it, which she actually spelt wrong. But a lot of people noticed that the paint she was using was paint that you could easily scrape off, and then they noticed that in Astrid's video the car was the other way around compared to how it was in Alexia's video, which could have just been Alexia trying to turn the car around and just a bit of a coincidence. But you know what, fair play to both girls. Even if it is fake, they're creating interest for this fight, if they do eventually fight. I mean, if they don't, then it will just be a waste of time, but fair enough, they're trying to promote. That's amazing. Obviously, you've been living under a rock if you haven't seen the Conor McGregor call out to True Geordie. So basically how this stemmed was that True Geordie was looking at some interviews with Conor McGregor where he was considerably out of his head. In all fairness, True Geordie didn't say anything that insulting. It was more a video of concern, but then again, if Conor McGregor is in on drugs and he isn't what True Geordie is explaining him out to be, then yeah, fair enough. Conor McGregor can get annoyed at that, but then his response really didn't do anything because he just sounded 10 times more delirious and was just saying some things that I didn't even understand.
Mr. Estrogen, what's happening? Bitch tits. Fat fucking bitch tits. Who the fuck are you? You little Bournes victim looking thing. Fuck me, man. Who scalded you with a kettle? You fat fuck. You fat nobody. You little feminine pussy of a thing. I fuck pussy, yeah? Keep my name out of your mouth, you stupid. Sick of seeing your fat bone face. Scaldy, fat Easters in there.
And then True Geordie responded, calling Conor McGregor out for a charity boxing match, considering that Conor McGregor was calling him fat, insulting the way he looks. And the funniest thing about this story is that a couple of years ago, True Geordie was called a Conor McGregor dick rider. They said the exact same thing about Tyson Fury, and as we can see, Tyson Fury and Conor McGregor, they have both publicly insulted True Geordie now. But you know what? This is just my opinion about True Geordie, but fair play for standing your ground and not cowering over to these people just because they're bigger than you. And then the big story this week, Bryce Hall is returning to the YouTube boxing ring. So at the beginning of the week, Bryce Hall put out a video of him doing pads. This created a back and forth between Bryce Hall and KSI. KSI responded to Bryce Hall's video with, "Take the gloves off, mate." Bryce Hall said, "1 year off and I still managed to not throw elbows, but we should do an MMA fight since you got it like that." KSI said, "Honestly, halal ham would destroy you. You stink, mate. Stay on TikTok. And the last thing said from Bryce Hall was, okay, Mr. Elbow, I'll stay on TikTok. If you ever try MMA, let me know, and I'd love to spark your ego a bit. So yeah, people thought that was just it. Bryce Hall was teasing coming back, but then he let people know that a big announcement was coming, and people were thinking, alright, this isn't going to be boxing. This is just going to be like something for a movie he's in or something. But no, last night, the Wade Concept, my boss, Wade Plem, he announced that Bryce Hall's manager told him that he is returning in August. And then Bryce Hall went into a couple of spaces, he was saying a couple of things, and this is what we know about his opponent for August so far. The fight will be 4 3-minute rounds. It's going to be someone who people will think he's stupid for fighting, I think. And at the moment, he cannot legally talk about the glove size or what promotion it will be. So look, a lot of people, including me, were saying, oh shit, this could be Floyd Mayweather. If he's saying that people will think he's stupid for fighting him, then like, let's look at it in this way. Floyd Mayweather has fought a handful of YouTubers now, and everyone thinks the YouTubers are crazy for fighting him. But sadly, I'm going to have to debunk that, because we know Floyd, and he would not settle for less than 6 rounds. Like, I don't think he'd even settle for less than 8. But then we have to think about the glove size, and we know he's definitely not Dejis, because he says that, okay, after I fight this person, I want to go on to fight Dejis. But considering that it's in August, 4 3-minute rounds, I think it's either going to be on a Misfits card against Brian Taylor, or he's going to do 2 fights in one night against the Island Boys, I think they're called.
Alright, look, you see who I'm with. Bryce Hall. He needs no introduction. Who do you want to call out, Bryce?
All the island girls. Every single one of them. Also,
And what will you do to him? This.
Because thing about it, that is quite a crazy fight, and obviously people would think he's crazy for fighting 2 people, and they might need to fight in heavier gloves, because obviously, yeah, that might be a bit unfair. So right now, say he said, okay, we're fighting in 14-ounce gloves, people would go, oh, you're a pussy, but they won't know that he's fighting 2 people. So if you guys get what I mean, my prediction is for the Island Boys, but we don't know, and we're going to find out his opponent this week. So guys, let me know what you thought about the first episode of the YouTube boxing show. I don't know why I'm holding up 2 fingers. So guys, let me know what you thought of the first episode of the YouTube boxing show. Do you want to see more of this? Is there anything I need to improve on? Because obviously, this is my first time kind of hosting something like this. And yeah, please like, subscribe, do all that stuff, and yeah, see you in a bit.